Дым идет, что там непонятно, как это дым откуда-то. Дым идет, что там.
Last night, Ukrainian strike drones again attacked the combined heat and power plant in the Russian city of Oryol, which is the largest in the region. According to local residents, a series of explosions rang out in the area of the CHP plant. They said the facility was attacked by both jet-powered strike drones and regular ones. After the strike, thick smoke rose into the sky above the facility. Meanwhile, Russian air defense forces claim to have shot down at least one drone, which is confirmed by videos from locals. The Oryol CHP is located approximately 160 to 170 kilometers from the Ukrainian state border, which makes it vulnerable to a wide range of strike capabilities. This is not the first attack on the facility, according to local sources. On November 5th, the CHP was already hit, likely by cruise missiles. In addition, on the night of October 31st, the Oryol CHP was struck by Neptune-type cruise missiles, a fact confirmed by the official representatives of the Ukrainian Navy. At that time, the missiles hit the open switchgear, causing a large-scale power outage in the city. The Oryol CHP is the largest source of electricity and heat in the region. It ensures the operation of the power system and the heating supply of Oryol. Its installed electric capacity is 330 megawatts. Ukraine's strikes on Russian energy and electrical infrastructure are aimed at shattering the illusion of distance that many ordinary Russians still cling to. By bringing the war's consequences directly to their homes, Kyiv hopes to pierce the sense of detachment and force society to confront the reality their government tries to hide. It is a calculated effort to erode morale, disrupt daily life, and remind Russians that the war they ignore is already shaping their future. Russians have deployed more than 130 trucks of unknown purpose at the Engels 2 airfield. This is reported by the Telegram channel, Strategic Aviation of the Russian Federation. According to the pictures, 137 trucks are clustered in the parking lot of the airplanes, and next to them is an An-12 transport plane. The exact purpose of their stay there is unknown, but it is assumed that it may be related to the transportation of weapons for bombers based at the Engels 2 airbase. It is worth noting that the airbase is used to deploy strategic aviation. Since October 2025, work has been underway to expand the territory. Concrete is being poured in the northern part of the airfield. Earlier, on September 30th, similar work was completed in the southern part, after which a concrete strip was laid along the new taxiway section. During the recent excavation works, markings were seen indicating the intention to arrange 12 parking spaces in this area. The plans to expand the base were announced back in May, and the first construction works were recorded on March 23rd this year. Presumably, the additional parking spaces are intended for two 95 MS and two 160 strategic bombers, as well as for Su-34 frontline bombers and Su-35 multi-role fighters. Primary of the Ukrainian Defense Intelligence continue to destroy Russian air defense systems in Donetsk region. Over the past 2 weeks, they have struck a Tor M1 surface-to-air missile system, a 55K6 command post for an S-400 missile system, a 9S-18M1-3 radar for a Beak M3 system. Ukraine's defense intelligence has become one of the country's most agile and effective forces, conducting precision operations deep behind enemy lines, disabling key infrastructure, and gathering real-time battlefield intelligence. Its missions increasingly shape Ukraine's strategic decisions and keep Russian forces off balance. 15 people have been evacuated from a village in Romania after a Russian drone attacked a gas ship by the Ukrainian shore. There is a risk of an explosion, so people were brought to safety. Russia is a threat to Europe. A Russian drone struck the Turkish LPG tanker Orinda in the port of Izmail, causing a fire, and the threat of an explosion with potentially serious consequences for neighboring settlements in Romania. Now we will see a glimpse of a deranged Russian mind. We took Berlin 3 times. If necessary, we'll take it a 4th time. Gennady Zhuganov, first secretary of Russia's Communist Party.
There will be no stories today.
Yeah.
And what will happen? Will we win, Gennady Andreevich, huh?
You shouldn't take this too seriously. We've taken Berlin 3 times, and if we need to, we'll take it a 4th time.
It'll be fine.
Don't. I'm a peaceful person. I'm for peace.
Information appeared in Russian media about an assassination attempt on Shoigu. The Russian FSB reported that it prevented the attempt and other assassination attempts on Russian high-ranking officials. As always, blaming Ukraine, but giving no proof or confirmation of their theories.
We have a clear understanding of
Andrei Kartopolov, head of the Russian State Duma's Defense Committee. We have a clear understanding of who our likely adversary is.
We have a clear understanding of who the likely adversary is. As of today, our likely adversary is NATO. And the real adversary is Zelensky's gang called the Armed Forces of Ukraine.
Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zakharova thinks that Europe has economic problems because it imposed sanctions on Russia.
Let's analyze. The economic problems in Western European countries are such that they imposed sanctions on Russia starting in 2014. And their markets suffered colossal damage due to our countermeasures. But they were the ones who imposed the sanctions, and not on their own, but under pressure from the United States.
And now, a voice of reason. Russia refuses to make peace, and it's pursuing the goal of taking control of Ukrainian territory, President Macron said.
Russia alone has chosen war. Nothing justified this choice. No threat, no reality except the one fabricated in total disregard for the truth, with reflexes and instincts of a power that cannot digest its history and its imperialist and, to be frank, neocolonial instincts. Russia alone today chooses to continue this war and even to intensify it. I remind you that since last March you have clearly reiterated your willingness for peace. And that following American initiatives supported by the Europeans and the important work we have conducted in recent months, everything is ready for peace. Russia alone refuses. And the intensification of strikes against Ukraine's energy infrastructure is further proof of this aggressiveness and cynicism. And I want to strongly condemn them here, as well as the attacks against civilians. Today, it is proof that Russia is pursuing an objective to take control of your territories and not act in accordance with the commitments it had made. No one believes Russia today when it tries to make people believe it wants peace or when it accuses others of preventing it.
Ukraine is preparing a prisoners of war exchange aimed at bringing 1,200 Ukrainians home in time for the New Year and Christmas holidays. Secretary of the National Security and Defense Council Rustem Umerov confirmed that talks will again take place in Istanbul, following the format of previous negotiations.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.